Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mom Connection.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Erica, how are you? How have you been? It's been so long. We missed a whole week.
I know it's been crazy. It's been freaking busy.
Sorry,
Literally,
Joshy.
school shopping, school supply shopping, uniform shopping. Like, it's just been one thing after the other. We are exhausted, but Belly starts school Wednesday or today, and we're done. And we're back to routine.
How nice.
I know. It's been so nice. I cannot wait.
Summer's nice, but I think routine, we're just so used to it. Like, as parents scheduling whatever moms, it's just easier on a routine. Like, they go to school,
Mhm.
they do their whatever they're doing, and you don't have to worry about trying to entertain them or
For
whatever it
real.
is.
And it's
That's
nice
good.
because I get to actually work. Like, I don't have to worry about, I'm hungry, I'm bored, come watch TV with me.
Mhm.
Like, I can just work the whole time they're at
Every 5
school.
minutes. Well, that's good. That's
I
good that
know.
you're sending them off into the world.
They're ready, they are prepared. I did my part. They
That's
survived
best.
over the
That's good.
summer.
You're like, "I made it through."
We made it.
That's good. That's good.
I know. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy because we saw Chris Brown this past weekend, and it was just great. I'm in
He,
awe. Me and my sister are in so,
he
like,
looked
awe of
amazing.
him.
He looked
Girl,
like
he's
delicious.
you know what? I saw Chris Brown a couple years ago with Isaiah. It was a great experience, but seeing him with my sister, obviously a girl, like, we just kept yelling. Like, he's
Hmm.
dancing, and me and Isaiah didn't yell at each other, but me and my sister were like, "Did you see that?" Like, it was just a different experience with a girl, with my sister in general.
Hmm.
Um, but definitely he put on such a great show. My sister's like, we should get meet and greets, like, if he goes on tour. But I was like, Isaiah said he would leave me if I did a meet and greet. And I'm like, do I risk it all or not?
Isaiah, don't be a little toxico. Chris Brown isn't gonna be like, Marlene,
Let's
let's
marry me.
leave and leave your man, leave your kids, go and marry me. Come on, Isaiah. No seas tóxico.
Dude, we were like, would girls do it? Like, I mean, girls have, but I wonder if
Oh,
those
I'm
girls, like,
sure.
have husbands, or because I mean, you've seen girls, like, there's some bending down, like, in front of his crotch, there's some bent over him. I was, yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. Just a nice little hug or a prom pose. I never went to prom. That'd be like closest I got. So, but I wonder, like, would you do it? Would you be like, George, bye? Like, if
Fuck
you're gonna leave
yeah.
me, bye.
I love you, George, but if Chris Brown were to tell me, baby girl, let's go to the back of my car or his tour bus or wherever the
I
hell
was
he's
like, girl,
at,
he's gonna ask me to the back of the tour bus, not a car.
if he tells me, let's go to my tour bus, I'm right there. Like,
Girl,
that's my
with the
hall pass.
moves, with his
Hmm.
moves that he was doing on stage, he needs a whole bunch of room. That guy is,
I
I
know.
don't
I
know.
saw him like maybe
When we
6
saw him,
years
like,
ago. No, that
five,
was the
6 years
second
ago.
time. No, that was the
Oh,
second time I'd seen him.
wow.
I saw him like a year or two before that.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my cousin went, and it was so much fun. We had like really high seats, but then we saw
Mm-hmm.
all these people left, so we got like second row. Not on the floor, like in the
But still,
stands.
yeah.
Mhm.
No, 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 yeah, yeah.
And oh, he sang fuck, I can't think of it now.
She ain't
The
you
Take
with
Me
you. Yo,
Down.
excuse me, miss. Take me
Take
down.
Me Down. Take You Down. And oh
Take
my
you down.
god, the
You're thinking of
way,
him taking you
yeah,
down. You're
I'm
saying,
thinking of
take me
me.
down.
The way he freaking moved. Oh my god, me and
Mhm.
my cousin were like, we were in
In
love.
awe, in
Mhm.
awe. Like, that's just, you're just speechless. Like, but I mean, reality aside, like, besides his moves and his dancing, he honestly puts on a really good show.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
his dancers are amazing. Like, the fire, the what, everything. Like, it's just a really good like, concert. Honestly, like, I think he's up there. I mean, I've seen a good amount of people, and he's just, this concert was just it. We're in awe.
I
So
want to go
awe.
see him. If tickets weren't $300, I would go, but
Ugh, dude, those meet and greets, they're saying they're $1,000. Like, girls are paying $1,111 to be exact for those, for one person, for the meet and greet.
hell no. If it was free, I'd do it.
But you know what? He came out in an interview saying that he knows that they're expensive, but that he takes the time to talk to them, sign whatever he wants them to sign, take those pictures. Like, he's like, I try to make it worth it. Like,
Mhm.
not just be like, okay, take a quick picture and buy, take a quick picture and buy. And I'm like, well, at least you're going to get your $1,000 money's worth.
Mm-hmm. And I think
Jasmine,
he
we have to
like
start saving since now.
you should. I think he does like make it worth it from what I've seen on like TikTok and stuff.
Girl, we've all seen the
Shit,
viral
just
video
a
of him
hug.
dancing and
Uh-huh.
everything, girl.
Just a
I'm
hug.
like,
I'd be like, I love you, marry me.
I know. It was good. No, that was my weekend and it was great. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. My husband was so annoyed with the fact that I kept looking at the videos and talking about it. I have so many videos, but
I bet.
they're all retarded because I was trying to record, but I was like looking at him. So I was like this and jumping up and down and I was like whatever, but it was good.
They're
It
not
was
worthy.
fun. If y'all haven't gone, go see him. It's definitely worth it. And if you can, go with one of your girlfriends or your sisters because I don't think your husband is going to get as excited as a girl, as your sister, something with Chris Brown grinding in the air or on the floor.
For sure. We're seeing Aventura on Monday. And George is
Who's that?
seriously like the bachata group.
Like the
Romeo
group of
Santos.
Firma people?
Oh my God.
Firma people? Or the
Yeah.
Pluma guy?
Well, no, Aventura's like like they sing the song which one? I'm trying to think one that you might know. I'll tell you later. But we're gonna go see them on Monday, and then next Saturday we go see Grupo Frontera. And then it's funny because Grupo Frontera is on the 3rd.
Frontera
Is the one that sings with
people.
Firme is another one.
Oh girl, country or R&B? Country or R&B? That's sorry.
Well,
that's cool though. I mean,
Grupo Frontera plays on Saturday and Chris Brown is on Sunday. And I was like, dang, can you imagine how fucked up my voice would be though on Monday after screaming Monday, Saturday, and Sunday if I were to go to Chris Brown? My voice would be done.
That's true. You'd be gone for sure.
Yeah.
I know the Firme people, Firme, whatever people.
Firme, Marlene. I don't You're Hispanic. Firme.
You know that when I talk on the customer service, I don't even say Enriquez because they don't understand me. I'm always like Enriquez. Like it's pointless to say Enriquez because they're like, excuse me, I'm like Enriquez. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, you just got to pronounce things. You can't pronounce them that Mexican because
I say it on purpose, especially when I'm on a work call and there's a bunch of not Hispanic people on the call. I will be like, oh, yes. Hi, my name is Erica Roman. And they're like, oh, okay. The way she rolls her
my God. Is that how you pronounce it? I honestly, I say Roman.
No, it's Roman.
I say Erica Roman. George, sorry.
Marlene.
Well, dude, I mean, Angel's name you can say in Spanish. Joshua Isaiah too. But Ava Janelle, you can't say that in Spanish. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. No. Okay, so Grupo Firme. Grupo Frontera. Beso. I do say Pluma, pero Beso Pluma. And is that the people that we said? Well, I'm so excited for you. Honestly, even if I don't know that music, concerts, if you love that music, the concert in general is great. Like that's what you like. That's, you get so excited. I've been going to concerts since Power Jam. That's when the love started. Power Jam, Ja Rule. You all know. If you know me in high school, you know. So it's just, yeah, like it's amazing. Go enjoy your Grupo Frontera and your what was the other one? Aventura people. Yeah, exactly. Got this.
I'm going to send you a TikTok with the way these guys or Romeo Santos puts up a girl on stage and the way he dances. Yeah,
I know that's by him.
He sings with Aventura.
Something cara, sin cara.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
Good job, mamita.
Ooh, Mexican to the fullest. You know what? I know Carol G. Natalie tells me to listen to Carol G. Or are you supposed to pronounce that Carol?
You can, but everybody says Carol G.
See? Why don't you get mad that they don't say what Caro if she's Mexican 100% or Puerto? What is she Dominican, Puerto Rican, something? But she's not. She's Colombian. Why don't you? There you go. Why don't you say the other way? See, it's just hard. There's rules. Sometimes you say it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, but Grupo Firme, you're gonna say Grupo Firme, not Grupo Firme. Or what'd you say?
Firme. Grupo. You know what? I have hard times. I have a hard time speaking English too. So I'm just dyslexic or something. So I give up. As he always tells me, he's like, you're not speaking English correctly. He'll tell me. So don't come at me for the Spanish because I obviously don't know how to speak English either. Grupo Firme, Grupo Frontera, Aventura, and Carol G. Oh, okay. Let's go with that.
Perfect.
But anyways, Sorry, y'all. Let's get into today's topic. We had asked y'all for some suggestions on topics that you guys want to hear about because we have a whole list of them, but we wanted to make sure that we're talking about things that you all want to hear about. And a popular topic was sex. Not sex in general, but
Whoa.
talking to your kids about sex, birds and the bees, like what now, like nowadays, when do you think it's a good time to talk, to bring it up and everything. So I thought that was a really good conversation, especially since Erica has kids that are, Carmelo's starting what grade? Sixth grade. Angel's already well, he's already going to be a junior. But yeah, we thought it was an interesting topic that to definitely talk about today. So, what age do you think is a good age nowadays, Erica, to talk to your kids about the birds and the bees?
Well, I think we did ask as well. Hold on, I
We
want to
did.
see
We did.
what we
We
said, what
got,
people said.
I think there was seventh and eighth, ninth grade, or 14.
Mhm. I don't know. I feel like now the way shit is happening and the way social media is like evolving and like the way fucking kids are growing up so fast, I feel that we at least need to bring it up earlier. We told Carmelo going into middle school, like, this is what's happening. Like, obviously, you can tell your body's changing. Be ready for those things that do come out, but we haven't told him like the whole bees and the birds or whatever it's called.
Birds and
So,
bees.
birds and the bees. So, he knows a little bit, like he does ask us more like why do girls get periods and like why does all that happen and why he doesn't kind of conversation. Like I think he's more confused on that part, but we haven't gotten deep into it. Like we have said, like, your body's gonna start changing. You're gonna see girls' bodies start changing. Like it's very I just feel like they have to be aware and maybe not aware to the point where it's gonna be like, don't have sex. Like in Mean Girls, when the guy's like, don't have sex or you'll die. Don't have sex doing this, like I am not trying to make it to the point where it's like that, but I want him to be aware of like what it is and what is going to come as he gets older and he starts seeing girls and stuff. Have you had the talk with Angel? I'm pretty sure you have.
Yeah, I have. And I think that's kind of what I was going to ask you too. I have had the talk with Angel, and I had the talk with Angel, I think when he was going to go into high school. So it was like the summer of eighth grade going into ninth grade. And I had the talk with him because, you're going to high school, like girls are dressing differently, but
Mm.
again, back when he was at that age, there wasn't no TikTok or Instagram yet. So he wasn't, that still wasn't that exposure. This was what, 3 years ago? Maybe TikTok had just started. It wasn't as big as it is now. And Instagram, you know what? He just got an Instagram, I think, this year. He never had Instagram up until this year. Like, and I was surprised. He had TikTok first. But I did have the talk with him. And I actually asked him, I told him, do you think that I talked to you about the birds and the bees? I asked him, I was like, too late, or should I have talked to you about it earlier? He's like, no, I think you talked to me about it at a good time. But I told him, okay, nowadays, do you think I should have talked to you about it earlier? And he told me, he's like, nowadays, yeah. He's like, and he told me, he's like, it's because of social media. So it's even him telling me, he's like,
Mhm.
there's so many things on there that like people are that post or talk about, So I think that plays a big factor. And I got pregnant. Yeah. I mean, I didn't lose my virginity at a young age. I did lose it at a later age, but I was still pretty young. I got pregnant young. Well, I can't say later age. I was still in high school, but I wasn't a freshman or anything. But no judgment. But anyways, so in my mind I was like, "Oh my god, like I need to talk to Angel early because I don't want him to have sex early. I don't want him to get anybody pregnant because it's hard.
You thought of like your
We experienced it.
situation.
Yes, and then my brother had a baby when he was 15. I had a baby when I was 18. So I was like, no, like he needs to know like the consequences. And I did tell him like if you need condoms, I was like, you ask me. Like I'll buy them for you. Isaiah will buy them for you. Like ask your dad if you want to. Like I told him that I would buy them. And a lot of people probably don't agree with that, but I would much rather him be safe than get somebody pregnant. I mean, come on, dude. He's 16 going to be 17. I really hope that he doesn't do anything, but I would much rather him tell me like, "Mom, like I'm thinking about it, or I don't need to know the day of, but like if it's on his mind. But Angel's really shy. I don't know if he would tell me. I would much rather him tell me and or
Mhm.
tell Isaiah or his dad or somebody, my brother, somebody that he feels close to, because I can't imagine Angel having a baby at this age. Like he's so smart. He has so much ahead of himself. So I guess my question to the parents out there are, would you rather like not talk to them and then get curious and experiment and accidentally get somebody pregnant, or just talk to them and try to prevent that from happening?
I feel like I would rather them talk, to be honest.
Well, since you haven't had that talk with Carmelo, at what age, when do you think you're going to talk to him about it? Like actual like birds and bees stuff?
Feel like I would probably start talking to him, like, when he's gonna be 12. I say by, like, 14. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Like, maybe gear up to it where it's not, like, coming out of nowhere, like, maybe, like, talk a little bit by a little bit to like get to that level, but for sure I
Mhm.
would want him to know. The thing is that he's also going, even though social media takes like a big toll on him,
Mhm.
like they are no PDA. Like if they catch a kid and a girl holding hands, like you get kicked out of the school. Like you can't even like hug someone type of thing. Like it's very very strict. And I think it's strict
Okay.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. No, no, go ahead.
I was going to say I think they're very strict in the sense that they have to get um like so that they're preventing all of those issues and they're not making like younger people have babies, right? So I think that's why they're a lot more strict on it. And I feel that if he was in like a general middle school, I feel like it would have to be brought up sooner because those kids are wild. Like it just gives me like a different
They're different.
perspective. And then I feel that I have to talk about it earlier, probably like 12 or 13 to be honest, instead of waiting till
Mhm.
he's 14 depending on the school he goes to.
Well, let me ask you this, with this whole, which I totally think it's crazy. Which I totally think it's crazy, but do you think that
Sorry, my
can
kids are
just cut
pranking
this
each
out?
other.
It's okay. You could. Do you think that if Carmelo came and told you like, "Hey, my friends are talking about some Haktua like girl," like what does that mean?
Dude, they've
Like,
already asked me.
okay, so what do you do in that situation? Like I asked Angel, I was like, "Did you like he knows that video that no,
Yes, they did
what
ask me
happened?"
about the Haktua girl, or Belle has been saying it more. She's been like, Haktua. And I'm like, girl, stop it. That's inappropriate.
Mhm.
And she's 9. She has no idea what this girl is doing.
Mm-mm.
So,
Or
of course,
referring to.
yeah, of course I had to stop that shit right away. And
Yeah.
for him, he just said it once and he didn't really know what it meant. So I think that I do have to explain that now and make and show them what, or not show them, but like tell them
I was
what
like,
it
"Girl, no."
no, 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 I didn't mean show them. I meant like tell them because if not, then they're gonna go around school saying that. And again, at Carmelo's school, if he were to go and say something like that, he would get kicked out. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
I feel like at one point, like I do have to tell him sooner than later, but at the same time, I can't because it's just gonna like open a whole set of doors
Of
and
questions and
of
stuff that they're
questions
gonna ask.
and I don't want him to go to his school that's super strict and be like, "My mom talked to me about sex." Like, no, like I don't know,
Mhm.
it's hard. That's like
It's
my
hard. No, no, I get you. It's hard. I did ask Angel if he knew what that meant. I think because Isaiah and I were having a conversation because we were like, that's so crazy that this girl got so viral over it. But Angel was there, like listening to us, and then like he looked at me and I was like, "Do you even know what that means?" And he's like, "Well," like he was said it shyly and like shy and nervously, and he's like, "Well, yeah," and I was just like, I don't like to. He is shy. So I wasn't like, how do you know that? And where did you? But in my mind, I was like thinking, did I talk to him enough about the birds and the bees? Like, I mean, I didn't get into detail about stuff. I just said, hey, like, a girl and guy do stuff. Oh my God.
what age did you get talked to about the birds and the bees?
You know what? It wasn't like it's because it wasn't like a birds and a bees talk. It was kind of like don't have sex, and that was it. It wasn't like like you're gonna get pregnant and it happens like it could happen on the first time. It was just kind of like don't have sex. My mom had me at a very young age. So my mom was just don't have sex. Don't have sex. Since like mind you, Eric, I don't know if you recall, but I was 15 years old when I met Gabriel. Gabriel was
Mhm.
18 years old.
True.
So obviously he had sex. So I mean, I was just curious as the years got on, but it was never a talk. It was just more like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I didn't want to be like that with Angel. So I talked to Angel. But again, after that whole Hawk 2 and him knowing what it meant or what it stood for, I was kind of
Yeah.
like, well, I didn't talk to him about like detailed stuff. I just said, hey, like, you know, that it can lead to getting pregnant and you obviously have little siblings. Like, imagine having a baby right now. Like I tell him, like, my brother had a baby at this age during high school. Like, it's hard. And I just tell him, I talk to him overall, I guess, but I started telling myself, was it enough, you know? But I mean, it is kind of hard for, I'm not going to talk to him about detailed stuff either. Like, I mean, maybe with Ava because she's a girl, but I'm sure Gabriel's had a talk with him, but I don't know if it was like, hey, dude, don't do it, don't do it, you'll get pregnant. Okay, bye, you know? And I'm
But
like,
I feel
no, like
like
he has to
I feel
understand
at this
not to do it.
point, we can't say don't do it. Like they're going to do it regardless. I think we need to show them the ways to be safe, like using protection,
That's
birth
why I was
control,
like,
like
yeah, I was
all of those things because
okay.
I feel
I got a
that
question for that.
no matter what, it's going to come at some point. I would rather it happen and him have what he needs.
Be protect.
Yes.
Mhm. No,
Like
I agree. I agree.
I
But they
just
say guys and girls are different. Or the guy, yeah, go ahead, give Angel a condom. But if Ava were to tell me like she's thinking about sex at the age of 15 or 16 and she that's another question. Like, when do you put your daughter on birth control? Not that she's even sexually active, but just in case she has it. Like, I don't even can't even think about like no, I don't want Ava to ever want Ava to be innocent
well,
for the rest of her life. I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. I'm so emotional. Like,
I would
I
obviously
can't.
I would want Belly to be hold on to that until she's really with someone that means
Married,
something to
gonna
her.
get married.
Exactly. Like I wouldn't want it to be someone in high school who she thinks is the love of her life because all reality, sometimes high school relationships don't last. Like there's very select few people who have
I know a couple that's been together since middle school. They are the cutest and most, oh, they're such a sweet, beautiful couple. They've been together since middle school. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even know that was possible.
I know someone too who have been together since high school. Like
Isn't it beautiful?
no, it is, but
there's arguments,
compare
but it's beautiful.
that one person to 15 other people. Like it's not
No,
something
it's
that
not
happens
common.
anymore, especially nowadays when everybody wants to date and see what's out there. Like I would prefer for her to um cherish that moment and wait for someone because you always remember your first. And I don't want her to grow
Hmm.
up like thinking like, "Oh, my first like I feel like my first was the worst person I could have slept with." Like I want her to remember that moment and her remember like my mom was right. Like this moment is supposed
Like,
to be
just for it to be
special.
beautiful, like, whether they
Yes.
last or not, that it was, like, something that
A m
she's like, it was
moment that
beautiful,
she's gonna
like it.
remember. Exactly.
Mhm.
But also, if she's in pain and, like, her periods aren't together and stuff, then I would prefer her taking birth control because I want her to know when it's coming, when it's not, and I would rather her be prepared for that. And I know sometimes, like, birth control obviously will fuck up somebody's entire system, but if they need it and it's
Yeah.
helping them, I feel like starting younger is better because it'll get them going in their cycle and she won't be shocked to find out every day that she's starting her period. Like she'll take her pill and be like, "Oh, it's about to happen," and she'll be prepared. Like and in my head and in her head, she's a very big like I need to be prepared for any situation. So I know for her as she gets older, that might be the best route because she is a worrier. And if she was to start randomly one day at school, she would freak out. So I think for
So you're saying,
her,
like, since it has other benefits, like, it's not
yeah,
just, like, to put her on birth control, you're kind of like, okay, like, it's gonna better benefit her, like, menstrual cycle-wise and other ways. I can
yes.
see that, I can see that. Well, do you think it makes a difference? Do you think it's harder, like, let's say, for instance, for example, did your parents talk to you? Did have the birds and the bees talk with you? No? Do you think because they didn't have that talk with you, you're more prone to having the conversation with your kids, or you're more like reluctant to it because you're like, well, nobody talked to me about it? Or do you think like you're like, oh, they didn't talk to me about it, so I'm definitely going to talk to my kids about it?
I think I'm a little bit of both. Like, I know that I didn't get talked to and I did not make good decisions, but I don't want her to feel like this is like a you're in trouble talk and you should never have sex in your life kind
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
conversation. I want
Yeah.
her to like feel comfortable telling me like, "Mom, I think I found someone who like I want to try this with." Like I want her to like talk to me about that stuff. And I do think it comes from me not having that conversation with my mom, that I was like, "Oh, I should
Mhm.
talk to my mom and tell her that I'm thinking of even doing it with this person," because I didn't have that relationship, and I feel that I want to have that relationship with her. So I and even with him,
Mhm.
like with both of them, even if he doesn't feel comfortable telling me, I would prefer him going to George. Like I would just want to know
Like
what
for
is.
one of the parents to be aware
Yeah,
of what's going
exactly.
on.
And not only to make sure he has protection and she has protection, but to like tell us like, what do I do? Like I know it's dumb to like ask like what are they supposed to do, but I feel like that's a genuine question that kids have that they don't know how to ask their parents. And I'm not saying
So
like
they
give
ask their
them.
friends. I think that that's when they
Exactly.
turn to their friends. And if their friends have more sex talks or more sex information in their mind, then it's kind of like, well, wait, like my child doesn't know that. Like my child hasn't been exposed to all that sex talk. So if they ask their friends and their friends are telling them all this stuff, then I think it gets in their head. And it's because it's hard. It's hard. They're so, my knees look weird. Like it looks like I'm about to have a baby. um,
Push, ready?
Right? I know. No, I didn't even have a natural birth. They were
Oh,
all
oopsie.
C-section. So I'm
You don't
like,
know about
no,
the pushing.
I nope. I just saw that and I was like, wait a minute. I've seen that in a movie. Um, I think it's friends too. Like, I'm not saying for your kids or my kids not to have
No, but it
friends or
is for
anything, but it's
everybody.
because you don't know. Like, I mean, example, let's say that I talked to my kids about sex so freely and I told them about Haktua a long time ago and everything, and Carmelo has no idea what it is, and he's hanging out with like, not that this is real because Angel's is older. We live in different, but
Zip
is hanging
codes.
out with Angel, and Angel's like, oh yeah, like this and that. Then Carmelo's gonna be like, wait, what? Like,
But
what is
that's
all
where
that?
it worries me because kids don't have all the right information. Like kids
Mm-mm.
are going to say something totally different. And at that point, that's when I hope Carmelo and Belly come to me and they're like, is this true? Is this what I have to do? Is
Yeah.
this how it happens?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying give them a fucking demonstration of Barbie and Ken, like how it goes, like I'm just saying you have to like make it
Just for
like,
them to become like trust you enough to just go to you. Like that's kind of
yeah,
what it is. Like just
exactly.
have that relationship where they're not scared to ask you something, that they're kind of like, I'm gonna ask my mom, like, okay, say
Exactly.
what you want to say, but at the end of the day, like, let me go ask my mom, and my mom will tell me, like, yep, that's
Exactly.
true. That's how it works.
Exactly. And even
That's
like
hard.
I tell them even now, like, if you want to start drinking younger than 21, I would prefer you do it at home and I give you a
Mm-hmm.
drink, whereas you're at a party and you don't know what the hell they're giving you. That's kind of how I feel with the bees and the birds talk, is that I want them to know like my friends are
You're
saying all this
there for
stuff, but
them.
I want to confirm with my mom to see what my mom and George to see what their opinion is, because I don't want it to just be like I listen to all my friends. And I feel like that's something so hard for them to understand, is learning how to like not believe everything your friends say, especially as you're like growing up.
And especially at that age where you think like your friends like are
Are
everything.
your
Well, some they
everything.
are. I'm not saying that they're not okay. Like some friendships do last, but I'm just saying like that doesn't mean that they're right, especially in a lot
Hmm.
of situations. It's hard. I think it has a lot to do with if you got talked to. And you know what? Based on our poll, I was very shocked
I was
at the
too.
amount of people that said no, they never had that talk, cuz I just assumed that
Everybody had the
because it
talk.
was a different time. Yeah, like everybody
Hmm.
had the talk. And come to find out, I think most like 90% of the answers said no, or that they got the talk too late. So it's kind of like, oh shit, like you have to make sure to have that talk with your kids because
Hmm.
you don't want to do it after they already had sex and you didn't even know.
Yeah, we had 72% people say no.
Yeah. I
And then
said 90.
only
I'm such a liar. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And only 10% yes, but too late, and 10% yes. So it does
That is
make you feel
insane. The talk is
sh
important. It's just
yeah,
kind of, I think it's going to be based upon you, about the relationship that you have with your kids. All kids are different. All relationship with our kids are different. My relationship is going to be different with Ava and Angel and Josh. Yours is going to be different with Belly and Carmelo. So it's kind of like I think you should have it early. Unfortunately, that's what like the world has come to because
Mhm.
there's so much internet and movies nowadays that just make it so okay that it's just going to depend on your relationship with your child and how comfortable you are talking to them because I mean, yeah, I talked to Angel, but I'm sure Angel's not comfortable hearing about that stuff from me, you know?
Mhm.
Like, and I'm sure Ava will be more comfortable, like when she's older, God willing. So, I mean, think about like the single moms that have boys. Like, you think the boys are going to be so open to talking to them about it?
I don't know. I would. I would want to. I would want them to not make a
But what if it
decision.
like what if they're shy? Like they're shy. Like it's not you like you're talking
Oh,
to them, you're trying to be there, but they're the ones that are like, "Oh, it's like my mom. Like how am I going to go tell her that I want to like have sex with this girl?"
hard.
Or intercourse, sorry.
I think it would be hard. I
What
think
does Sheldon say? What does Sheldon call sex?
I don't know. I was thinking of that right now because Belly loves that show and I was wondering what he
He
says.
says, oh my God, I forgot. Sheldon calls it some coitus. He says coitus.
That's right.
It's coitus. If your child wants to talk about that, like, what if they're reluctant to talking to you? Like, what if you're trying and you're trying to make them like, hey, just let me know or I'm here for you. And they're like, okay, thank
I
you.
don't want
But
it to
they
be.
never talk to you. Like, that's kind
Then
of
at
hard
that point, I
too.
hope that they're talking to someone who has more knowledge of it. If it's
You
not
just go
me,
leave protection on top of their dress or
yeah,
something.
just
A
leave
little
it
note.
there.
It's
Leave a little
here for
note. Do you
you.
want to go get birth control? Circle yes or no. Like, I don't know. I think I would try
Yeah.
everything to just get it to be like known that I'm here and that I want you to do better
Hmm.
and I don't want you. And it's funny because my neighbor has twins, so he'll sometimes babysit and he sees how hard it is. And I'm like, this is how it is to have a baby, but every single day. Like, I know you're young
Mhm.
right now, but I want you to get it in your head that it's not easy to have a baby. And so I feel like he kind of like gets it now, but I want him to have that in his head that it's not easy. Like I'm going to put him to
Oh,
babysit
yeah.
every kid in the neighborhood so he understands how hard it is.
Angel, that's how Angel is too. Angel has a little brother on Gabriel with Gabriel, Gianni, and then he has Josh and Ava over here with us. Poor kids just surrounded by kids. And I'm like, and I tell him because he's 16. So I'm like, Manny already had Jacob and he was 1. I'm like, imagine having a baby. I'm like, imagine holding in your pee. So because you can't go because you have a baby. And I think I've drilled it in his head. And I tell Isaiah, because Isaiah's like, you're mean. I'm like, no, he has to understand. I'm like, that in that moment, of course, he's not thinking about, oh, if I get her pregnant. Like, of course, that's not
Having
what he's
buying
going to think.
diapers and shit.
Exactly. But I mean, honestly, I think Angel's helped me so much with Josh, like over the summer, that I think he's traumatized. So I'm kind of like, it's
Good.
good. My job is done. Just kidding. But it's true. It's because kids are hard. I mean, they're hard for us as adults. Like I'm going crazy with Josh. I mean in high school, like I even tell Angel, I don't even have a babysitter for my kids. What makes you think I'm gonna have a sitter if you have a kid? You know, like yeah, it's scary. It's scary. But hey, he's already 16 and he's doing good. So I'm like, we've come this far. We're good.
Keep
You know
it
what?
up,
He's very
Angel.
focused on he's focused on school. So I'm kind of like stay that way. Don't even talk to
That's
girls.
good.
Don't look at him.
That's good.
But
I
it's
hope it stays that
hard,
way.
dude.
It is. And it's hard to like understand to not understand, but to realize like when is the right time because I don't think there is a right time. Like I think you just even if you're giving the talk too young, I think you just have to do what you feel is best for your kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You
Whether
know, like I
it's
said, you
now,
know them.
whether it's tomorrow, whether it's when they're 15, 14, 12, 10, I don't know, but I think if you start seeing your kid is asking more questions, I think that's when you have to do it. Like you can't wait until you think is the perfect time because the
Mhm.
perfect time might be too late.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's really true. Um, again, like if you guys want to hear what other people had said, like they did say I think 7th or 8th grade was the most common answer on when to talk to the kids
Mhm.
about the birds and the bees. So like we said, I think it's kind of your relationship and it's better to have it earlier than later. And hopefully, if you and the father are together, the child feels comfortable enough to talk to one of you guys. That's what I tell you. Yeah, as long as our kids is able to talk to one of us, like it doesn't have to be both of us. Like as long as it's one of us, I think we're okay.
Why do we say birds and bees? What does that mean?
Please don't ask me this while we're recording. 'Cause I have no
I just
idea.
wanted to know like your input cuz I don't know what it means. So I was like, is that like new?
No. I've heard that term like before, like birds and the
Oh.
bees, but
And
I
why isn't it
don't know
bees
why.
first? Why is it birds
Bees and birds. I
or
don't
birds
know.
and the bees?
Erica, I don't know.
I didn't expect
I
you
mean,
to like I
I'm
wasn't saying like give
assuming
me an
the
answer.
girl is the bird, and since bees have like the little pokey thing, that the boys are the bees, and girls are just first
I
before
don't think
boys.
that's the
So
right
birds and the
explanation.
bees. You know what? That's a really good explanation. Let's go with that.
Okay.
I'm just playing. But if you guys know why they say birds and bees, let us know, because now I'm curious too. But I don't know. The talk is always, I think it's nerve wracking for the parent and the child. Because what if the
Yeah.
child starts asking you all these questions and you're like, wait, like, how did you even know about that? Like, if Angel would have started asking me questions when I told him not to have, like, don't have sex or whatever, our talk, I would have been like, wait, why are you asking me that? Where did you hear that? Like, who told you that? But then if you come off with all of that, they're gonna be like, oh wait, like I can't tell you. It's hard. It's just so hard.
Did Isaiah get the talk?
Mm-mm.
He didn't.
No, but I think he lost his virginity at a later age. When I say later, I don't mean 20s, y'all. I just mean like junior or senior.
You're
Not
you're you're
not a
I
freshman or
was
sophomore.
you're like I was his first, guys.
Yeah, that's why we're married. No,
He waited till marriage,
he
aka me.
waited. Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine, I mean, he didn't, but imagine like I'm gonna be like, why the fuck? I shouldn't cuss anymore. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be like, why didn't you wait for me? Why did you go with somebody else? He's gonna be like, girl, you started when you were young. What would you do if the guy you were with like was like, I'm a virgin, I'm saving myself? I'd be like, wow, like you're one of a
Good job.
kind.
Good
Like,
job.
yeah, I'd be like, that's amazing.
No, I
Or
feel
a
like
girl.
I feel
Girls,
like it would be
I hope Ava waits till marriage.
I hope so
I
too.
hope
But
so.
I don't know. I feel
No, nope. I'm speaking it into existence.
okay, my bad. My
Ava's
bad.
waiting. Ava's waiting for marriage. That's my manifesting. Okay, y'all. Y'all go ahead and preach it. Ava is waiting till marriage. Belly too. Belly too. You're like,
I don't
no, Marlene, let's be real.
I can't expect her to wait till marriage because I didn't. Like I can't put that on them to do when I didn't do that same thing. Like obviously I would love that, but I can't put pressure on them like that to do something that I never did. Same thing like if they want to get a tattoo, I can never
But
tell them no.
that's good.
Like
It's a
I
good
just
answer. You know what?
oh, see?
I'm different. Like I have tattoos, and to me, I think there's only one that really doesn't signify anything. But Ava, like if she wanted to get a tattoo, I would try to convince her not to, or get something small, dainty, and like where you can't see it. I Even though I have it on my shoulder, on my hips, on my wrist, I would be like, no, don't do it. Like, don't. Angel doesn't want any, thank God. But not that I have anything against tattoos. My husband has a whole sleeve, okay? And he wants to get his sleeve on his leg too. Okay, I'm all for it. But I think I would tell Ava no, even though I have them. I know it's hypocritical. I know.
Belly actually
but
wants a tattoo
I
on
don't
her
know.
hand, and she wants a baby Yoda and a trampoline.
She already
And when
knows where
she
she
goes,
wants them.
yeah, when she goes like this, baby Yoda's gonna be jumping on the
She's
trampoline.
cute though.
See, that's I
Oh,
can't.
that is clever.
Baby Yoda jumping. I just
That
can't.
is.
As much
Good.
as I
She's
want
smart.
them, as much as I want them to do better and be better, I can't tell them no, don't do that because I've done it. Like, and they're smart.
You're
They're
a
gonna
bigger
throw
person than I am.
they're gonna throw that shit back in my face, and they're gonna be like, "Well, you do it." Just like right now, when I tell them not to say a bad word, well, Belly, not really. Carmelo more. He'll say like hell or damn or something, and I'm like, "Don't be saying that." And
Mhm.
he's like, "Why?" But you do it, which he's not wrong. Like they know how to like
No, it's true.
they know how to
It's
put it into
true.
perspective to be like, "You're telling me not to do it, but you do it, so make it make sense."
You're a better person. I'm gonna tell you, but no. I'm gonna be like, no, unless
I would
no.
prefer her make mistakes, but be careful about them. Like I just don't want her
A
to.
tattoo is unremo. Well, you
Well,
can remove it,
I would
but
want her to get a tattoo that means something to her. This isn't gonna mean anything to
yeah.
her, but
Hey,
like
maybe she likes Baby Yoda
maybe
that much. Maybe she'll look at it when she's having a bad day and just start laughing.
be
I'm just
like
saying.
he's jumping.
There you go. Like that gets her. That
Maybe,
makes her happy.
but I wouldn't want her to get something that's like stupid. Like
Dude, Baby Yoda, you should get that tattoo now and show her how
I
it's gonna
should.
look on her.
This is how it's gonna look, okay?
Dude, I would never be able to take you serious when you wave by. Be like,
Baby Yoda.
uh, dude, what's it called? But imagine, have you ever watched Sex in the City, like the show?
Of course I've seen Sex in the City. What kind of question is
Really?
that? That's my
Dude, I
favorite
just saw it.
show.
I just saw it recently, but I was thinking when we said and I loved it. I just saw it
I
recently,
can't
but I
believe
was
you have
thinking
never seen it.
I saw the movies, but I had never seen the show. And I was like,
Ay,
wow, like
Marlene.
I get it now. But anyways, remember when Charlotte waits to have sex with that guy that she marries and then
Mhm.
she's like, they don't have good sex. So I'm like, imagine that happens
Like,
that you
how could you
wait. Like,
punish your child like that? Like,
wait. Why are you getting what? How did you get into a child? I'm
like I would
lost.
hate for my child to wait until she's married to do that.
Oh, and then like
Like,
have like yeah,
and
because
then
it is
have a
important
bad
in a
experience.
relationship
It is
and to get married. Like you're gonna be like, why are you getting a divorce? Like
because he sucks.
because
Like, that's sad.
maybe
I gotta see how the ocean rocking, is that the right term?
maybe that I don't know, but all he has to do is go to Chris Brown concert and see how he moves and just be like,
You see
do
everything
what he
Chris
does.
Brown does? Follow that in the bedroom.
Go watch the Take You Down
Video 7
video or
times.
performance. Dude, what's it called? No, but for real, like that's crazy. I don't know then. It's just the birds and the bees is just
The bees and the
we don't know.
birds. We don't know
Yeah,
what it
we
means.
just no, we do not know what it means. And it is a very sensitive topic to talk about with your children. But again, I think at the end of the day, like we said, we think it's your relationship with your kids and you know your kids best. You know the people that they hang out with, I think plays a factor. So whether you allow them to have social media or not, that also plays a factor. And just talk to them whenever you know. I think as moms, we get this like sense, this feeling, you know, just talk to them. If you think it's the time, just listen to your gut and talk to them. Better late than never. Because we did get people that said they talked to them and it was too late. Might as well have it earlier than later. I'm thinking eighth grade is as sad as it is.
Do it
Eighth
now.
grade is
Start bringing it in. But also, do you say like when you talk to your kids, do you say let's have the birds and the bees talk, or do you say it is time? Like, how do you go about that?
A lot of kids are some kids are gonna be like, it is time for what? To eat? To go to what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean it's time?
Like,
tells you it's time, he's gonna be like, where are we gonna go eat? Like, where are we going?
like, no, but like, do you just go to their bedroom and you're like, it's time for the birds and the bees? Or do you say like how do you start that conversation?
Well, again, I think that's different. Like for me, I told Angel, I was like, from what I recall, I was like, you know, that I had you at a young age. Like, you know, I had you because me and your dad, you know, loved each other. And I kind of started it. I'm not going to tell you guys the talk, but, you know, I started it off like that, you know.
Was he awkward?
Because Angel or Gabriel?
Angel, Marley.
I was like, what?
Was he
was
like
just quiet and shy? Like he kept like just like this was all I got the whole time. I didn't get no feedback. I didn't get a yes or I didn't get a no or I just got a okay, a head nod. That was kind of it. And at the end, I was like, "Do you have any questions? Any questions or concerns?" He just said, "Nope." And that was it. I've touched up on it again when he turned 16. I kind of mentioned it again and I got the same response, nod, and okay, I'll let you know. So that was kind of it. I didn't get much feedback in all honesty. But again, I think that's important too to bring it up more than once. I talked to him, you know, when he was going into high school and then I brought it up again when he turned 16.
Okay, good to know. Just wanted some advice.
Those are my suggestions. That's how I talk to him. I mean, because I did,
everybody's,
you know, Gabriel. Yeah. So
I get you.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to tell Ava. I can't tell Ava, oh, me and your dad,
loved each other.
He was my first. No, I could tell her that, but I can't tell her like he was in high school and my first because that's just a lie. I don't know.
You better start thinking about that now because that shit's going to come up quick. You got to be ready.
I know. Any suggestions on how to start that topic when it's not the first?
How
are you going to do it?
Girl, I don't know. I can't even think about that right now. I'm nervous for that talk.
Well, let us know, you guys. This was a really good suggestion. We did get other suggestions too, which we do want to talk about as well. Yes, cover. Good job. As the weeks come on. So sorry about Joshy breaking my microphone. That kid is crazy. But if you haven't seen Chris Brown, go see Chris Brown. If you have any suggestions on how to bring up the birds and the bees, let us know. And if you know why they call it the birds and the bees, please let us know also.
Please. I am definitely
Erica's
interested.
Curious.
to see what it's called, like why it's called that. That's something I want to know.
That is. It's an interesting.
George
I
is going to be
agree.
like, "Why didn't you just ask me?"
If George knows, tell me what he says.
Okay, I'll text you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening in. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everybody gets their back to school shopping done. We will talk soon, and don't forget to like, subscribe,
Subscribe, share,
follow,
post,
share,
all
everything,
those.
all the cool things.
We appreciate it very, very much.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.